Hey everyone, Alicine here with a time-lost Proto-Drake guide for pre-patch and eventually Shadowlands. All of the changes that I mentioned in this video are currently live on retail, but these changes were probably made in preparation for Shadowlands, like no doubt. Before I get into it though, I want to thank my friends Alliecat, Strelitzia, Kaelei, Kormex, and lots of other folks in the rare spawn community that provided footage and info for this video. I wouldn't have anything to show you guys if it weren't for them, so seriously, thank you. And with that, let's get right into it. If you don't already know, Time-Lost Proto-Drake is a rare dragon that spawns in Storm Peaks. He was added in Wrath of the Lich King as a rare spawn to another dragon named Vyragosa, and he spawns in the exact same locations that she does, but at 1/10 of the rate. That means that he's a rare spawn of a rare spawn. He drops a mount that looks exactly like him, which is a pretty gold Proto-Drake that makes you look really cool because you have it, so that's why people want to kill him. Vyragosa and Time-Lost Proto-Drake both have a spawn timer of 2 to 8 hours, which means that after a body of Vyragosa is skinned or disappears after 30 minutes, or Time-Lost Proto-Drake disappears because he can't be skinned, it will be a minimum of 2 hours before either of them can show up again. However, very recently it's been observed to spawn as early as 1 hour and 36 minutes after a corpse has disappeared, which is super odd. This has been reproed several times, but we can't pinpoint exactly why it's happening. But it's just something to keep in mind when you're camping him, that he might pop up a little earlier than 2 hours at earliest, and it wouldn't be, like, out of the question for Blizzard to mess with his timer a little bit. And speaking of Blizzard messing with things, you've probably seen videos of Time-Lost Proto-Drake sitting in a cave somewhere where someone holds aggro on him. This can't be done anymore, since Time-Lost now has a leash of 100 yards, which means he can hardly even be pulled to the ground in some cases. Not to mention, he now has an Enrage timer after 4.5 minutes of combat. This Enrage, called Wild Wrath, will dumpster you and your friends if they're near you when he starts chomping. The good news is, 4.5 minutes is all you really need though for your party members from around the zone to come to where you are, assuming they aren't AFK while camping, of course. Keep in mind that any sort of spells that aggro him will lock the loot to the party members that are immediately nearby, so don't even really bother aggroing him, I guess, unless you intend to reset him, until you can visibly see all of your party members nearby. Time-Lost shares 4 spawn locations with Vyragosa. Each one has a directional path that they will loop around forever until they're killed. Here's exactly where he spawns in these locations, and once again, thank you, Kaelei, for this awesome footage of him coming out of the mountain. Time-Lost can only be killed in a 5-man group, and if you try to do it in a raid group, I'm pretty sure only one mount will drop, if even a mount will drop at all. Time-Lost can't be skinned, like I mentioned earlier, unlike his counterpart Vyragosa, so if you see a Time-Lost corpse, you'll have to wait a little bit before his timer begins. When it comes to obtaining this rare, your best bet is probably camping with a group of trusted friends that you know will not go AFK, and can sit at each spot. Silverdragon is pretty good to use in regards to add-ons, since it will interact with your party chat. Basically, it'll let you and everyone else know which dragon is up and where, and detects them with either targeting, mousing over, or having enemy nameplates on. You can toggle this just by pressing V, I'm pretty sure. Keep in mind that older add-ons, like NPC scans, simply don't work like they used to, meaning it doesn't scan the area and immediately alert you unless you happen to target, mouse over, or are close enough to trigger the enemy nameplates. One very important thing to keep in mind, especially if you're on a low population realm, is that Storm Peaks has a reset issue. This means that if there are no players within a certain cross-realm zone, it will shut down until the player comes back. And what this means when this zone shuts down is that all timers are lost and any rare spawns that might be up will just be completely obliterated, and you'll have to start from the beginning if that realm happens to reset. The timer starts from 0, you have to wait 2 hours minimum. And I believe that's everything you need to know about Goldie. Keep in mind that Vyragosa doesn't have to spawn first or anything like that. Time-Lost can spawn from a dead Time-Lost, and then another one after that, but that's just absurdly lucky. Anytime 2 hours after reset, or like I said, potentially a little bit earlier because of weird changes Blizzard might be doing, It could either be a Time Lost or a Vyragosa. There's nothing that really affects whether it'll be Time Lost or Vyragosa. It's all random. But good luck to everyone if you decide to camp this out or just check for him occasionally. Good luck to you. I hope you get this awesome dragon, and have a wonderful week.